are settling back, lying on your spine. If it feels comfortable for you to do so at this point, you can allow the eyes to close. If that doesn't feel comfortable for any reason, please feel free to keep them open. Just take a soft gaze, that's fine too. Just taking a few deeper breaths here, starting to settle into this moment. Giving yourself permission to carve out this time. Trying to allow the mind space to be just in this space. Trying not to focus on what might happen right after practice or all the things that have happened in the day so far. And just taking a moment to take an inventory of your physical body. Noticing all the pieces of your body that are connected to the floor, and to whatever object you're lying over. Noticing the temperature of the air around you. And starting to notice any places in the body that feel particularly open or spacious. And then any areas which may feel a little less so. Just sending a few extra breaths into the places that need it the most. Perhaps finding a few places that could soften along the way. Maybe between the eyebrows, the cheeks or the jaw, the neck and shoulders. Maybe the belly. Maybe the hands or the feet. And taking a few moments to check in with your emotional body, your mood this evening. And moving gently with yourself through this part of the scanning. There's certainly a lot that could be coming up, wanting to honor. We may be feeling particularly tender after the unsettledness of yesterday. But just know that everything that's coming up is valid. Taking it for what it is and noticing what's there. And taking a moment to check in with the mental activity this evening, the pattern and the rhythm of your thoughts. Maybe the mind is still quite busy, jumping from thing to thing. Or maybe it's had some space to slow down. Seeing if you can notice the thoughts as they enter, track them, and then allow them to go on their way. And lastly, coming into awareness of your breath, noticing the rhythm, the depth, the cadence. Noticing where within the body the breath wants to travel to first. Where does it seem the easiest to send it? And perhaps noticing where it feels a little more difficult to do so. And as we prepare to transition to our movement portion today, offering one seed for our practice together is the idea of creating spaciousness. And that can mean many different things. But for our practice, focus on creating spaciousness in the body as a way then to create spaciousness in the nervous system, allowing us to settle and calm a bit. We might need that, especially right now. So as you feel ready, staying on your roller, If your eyes are closed, maybe gently blinking them open or just sharpening your gaze. And bending both knees so that your feet are flat. And then inhaling your hands to touch at your heart. Taking a full breath here. And then on the next inhale, keeping the hands together, starting to reach the hands overhead, straightening out through the elbows so that your arms are like an arrow pointing to the back of the mat. Then on the exhale, separating the hands, starting to bend the elbows, circling the hands around towards your legs, having the arms and hands touch again over top of your chest. So you've created a full circle. And we'll do that a few more rounds here. We'll inhale the palms overhead, palms stay touching, elbows straighten. Exhale, open the elbows, starting to create that smooth circular motion. Hands connect down towards your belly, and then pause over your heart. We'll do 2 more full rounds. Inhaling to reach the palms overhead, elbows straighten. Exhale, open the hands, sweep the arms out and around. Hands connect over the belly, and then come to rest over the heart. Last time. Inhaling the palms up overhead, reaching to the elbows. Exhaling to open through the chest, circling the arms around. Hands touch when they're over the belly, and then hover over the chest. And then from here, you can gently bring the hands down and start to make your way off of your bolster. So gently walking the feet to one direction, flopping your tail onto the floor, and maybe rolling to your side, and then pushing your way up. And then you can remove the bolster or the blankets off to the side. And we'll come to be on our hands and knees in this quadruped position here. If you know your knees are a little bit sensitive, feel free to put a blanket or something down underneath. But as we arrive in this shape, taking these first few breaths just to explore what your body is needing. It might be shifting the weight from side to side. Maybe it's some spine waves. Maybe it's circling with the hips or even taking a full figure 8. Maybe bending one elbow at a time to get into the shoulder blades. Whatever you need to wake up the body in your own way, keeping the breath smooth and steady for 4 to 5 more full rounds of breath here. Yeah, really nice, yeah. We'll take maybe 2 more full rounds. Starting to make your way towards some stillness here. And we'll take the toes close together and the knees a little bit wider. You'll sink your hips back towards your heels as if you were coming into child's pose on the bottom end. And then you'll come to your forearms and then bringing the elbows right underneath the shoulders. So you almost have Sphinx-like arms, but your legs are in your child's pose. Yeah, good. And then from here, we'll inhale the left hand to the back of the head. Then on your next inhale, push into the right forearm and start to lift that left elbow towards the sky. So you're coming into a twisting shape towards your left, just for a breath. And on the exhale, softening back down, torso and left elbow now facing the earth. And we'll take that twice more. On the inhale, push with the right forearm to ground you as you reach that left elbow up towards the sky into the twist. And then exhale to soften, returning towards the earth. Last time like that. Pushing the right forearm into the earth to bring the left elbow towards the sky. And then exhaling the left elbow back towards the earth. From here, bringing the left hand to your left hip crease. Bringing the elbow back, so squeezing the shoulder blade in, elbow starting to point towards the sky. You could stay with this arm position Or if there's a little more space in the shoulder, you can feel free to wrap that left arm behind your body. So the left finger is now coming towards that right hip. Wherever you are, we're going to do that same twisting motion now with the arm either in that half bind or the full bind. We'll inhale to press the right forearm into the earth and roll the left shoulder now towards the sky. Then exhale to soften the trunk back towards the earth. And we'll do that twice more. Inhale to roll it open, pulling that left shoulder blade back. And then exhale, soften towards the earth. Last time, push that right forearm into the ground on the inhale. And then exhaling, soften to the earth. Release your left arm back to the floor. Checking to see again that the left elbow now is right underneath the left shoulder. And then inhale the right hand to the back of the head. So the elbow is now pointing out towards the right side. And then on the next inhale, pushing the left forearm into the floor so that you can spin open to your right elbow reaching towards the sky. Yes. Then exhaling to soften, facing back towards the earth. Twice more this way. Inhale to open, twisting through that middle spine, bringing the right elbow towards the sky. Exhaling to soften towards the earth. Last time this way. Inhale, use your left forearm to help you as you open through the chest. And exhale back towards the earth. And then now we'll bring the right hand either to that right hip crease, elbow squeezing towards the sky, or that right arm can snake around the back, right fingers finding the left thigh. Either way, here we go on the inhale, pushing into the floor with the left arm. Roll that right shoulder back. Squeeze the right shoulder blade. Exhale to gently release, face down towards the floor. Twice more. Inhale to push your way up. Really squeezing through that right shoulder blade. Exhaling towards the earth. Last time. Inhale to spiral your way open. Exhale, gently release towards the earth. Return your right arm towards the earth. And then on the inhale, make your way back up towards your hands and knees, spreading the feet and hips and knees all the same distance now. Hands slightly ahead of the shoulders. From here, on your inhale, extending your left leg long behind you, strong and straight, having a moment to really arrive here in this shape, pushing the hands into the earth, facing all the toes of the left foot down towards the earth. Holding here for another breath. And then on the exhale, stepping the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lightening up on the fingers. On the inhale, sweeping both arms up to the sky, coming into your low lunge. Yes, you got it. Reaching the arms up to the sky on the inhale. Then on the exhale, turning to face your left leg. Arms now opening out into a T shape. So you're in a version of the twist here. Arms out wide, shoulder blades squeezed together. Then on the next inhale, reaching both arms back to the sky, coming back into your low lunge. Yes, twice more like that. Inhale to reach. Exhale to open into the twist, keeping the arms really wide, spreading through the collarbone. And inhale your way back up to your low lunge. Last time, inhale to reach. Exhale to open. You can stay right here working this twist, or flip the right palm to face the ceiling. And then on your next inhale, sweep that right arm up and back. Left fingers finding somewhere to land on your bottom leg. Maybe it's at the calf, maybe it's at the heel, maybe somewhere else that feels better to you. Wherever you are, reaching those right fingers really strong. One more big breath here. And if you're in the back bend, on the inhale, come back up to that T-shaped twist. And then on the next inhale, we'll all sweep the arms back up to the sky to come back to the low lunge. From here, exhaling both hands down to the earth on the inside of that left foot. Pushing the hands into the mat, so that you can extend that left leg long behind you, just for a breath here. Then you'll land your left toes to the back of the mat, and then spin the left sole of the foot onto the mat. From here, shifting your weight towards your right hand, become a little lighter on the left, and then unfurl that left arm towards the sky, coming into your gate pose here. So a lot of power in that left leg, left foot really grounded on the mat. Holding here, one more smooth, steady breath. Then gently on the exhale, looking down towards the earth, returning your left hand to the earth, returning your left knee to the earth. On the next inhale, stretching the right leg long behind you. As before, we'll take one full cycle of breath here to arrive. Turning the right toes down towards the floor, pushing the hands into the mat a little to separate the shoulder blades. Then when your exhale comes around, stepping the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Again, becoming light on the fingers, so that on the inhale, you can sweep both arms up to the sky, coming into your low lunge on the second leg. Beautiful, y'all. Inhale to reach, then exhale to turn your body towards your right. Arms come out like a T. We're in that twisting shape to the opposite side. Shoulder blades pull together, arms reach wide. And then inhale, both arms up back to the sky. Inhale to reach here. Exhale, open back into the twist. Really trying to turn the chest here. Lots of space in the collarbones. Yes, yeah. Then inhale your way back up to your low lunge. Last time here, inhale to reach. Exhale to open towards the right. Again, your option, you can stay right here and keep working on turning the chest. Or you'll flip your left palm to face the ceiling. Then sweep that left arm up overhead. Right fingers now finding somewhere on your bottom leg to land. Calf, shin, heel, wherever is right for you is the exact right place. Breathing steady wherever you are. Really nice, yeah, those look beautiful. Holding one more full breath. If you're in the back bend, inhale your way back up into the T shape first. And then we'll all take the next inhale to sweep back up to that low lunge just for a breath. Then exhale, both hands down to the mat on the inside of that right foot. Press the hands into the mat so you can free your right leg behind you. Then you'll drop the right toes towards the mat. And then turn so that the whole right sole of the foot is connected to the earth. Shift the weight into the left hand, left leg, and then peel open. Right fingers coming towards the sky into your gate pose on the second side. Yes, really nice there. Smooth, steady breath. Trying to tip that right hip back a little bit. Smoothing out the edges. One more full cycle. And gently looking down. Right hand finds the mat. Right knee finds the mat as well. From here, walking the hands slightly ahead of the shoulders, grip the mat with your fingertips and create a kickstand with your toes. We'll inhale to prepare. And then on the exhale, pushing into the hands to lift your knees just an inch off the earth. So we're in this hovering tabletop position here. Feeling the arms engage, feeling the belly light up here. One more full cycle. And then gently on the exhale, starting to shift your hips up to the sky, coming into your downward facing dog. As this is the first down dog of the practice, take a few moments to make it your own. You can pedal your feet back and forth. You could sway your hips from side to side. You can play with the distance between your hands and your feet. Once you've found a position that feels fairly steady for you, if it feels like it's very difficult to get the sitting bones towards the ceiling, you could try to bend your knees a little bit. That sometimes is helpful. Yep, great. And once you have your place here, coming into some stillness. And then we'll have an option. You'll either roll forward to plank in a moment, or if that feels like too much, your option is always to come back to your hands and knees. And from here, you'll roll forward towards your half plank, which looks like this. So either option is okay. If you're in your down dog, we'll come to full plank and we'll all move together wherever we start. So on the inhale, coming high up on the toes if you're in your down dog, and then taking your whole breath, rippling forward, smooth and steady, vertebra by vertebra, all the way until you're in your high plank. Holding your high plank for breath when you arrive. And then gently on the exhale, bending the knees, sending the hips back up to the sky, coming back to your downward facing dog. Whichever version you're playing with, we'll take it twice more. So on your inhale, coming high up on the toes, rippling forward towards your plank as if you were coming up and over a large ball. Yes, there you go. Hold for a breath in your plank. And then gently exhale your way back, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. I'll take that one last time. High up on the toes on the inhale. Curl your way forward, taking your whole breath. Beautiful, y'all. Hold for a beat once you hit your high plank. And then as you're ready, gently exhale back to your downward facing dog. And we'll all meet here. So if you were doing quadruped to half plank, if you like, you can come to your full down dog now. And then together, we'll inhale to look forward, bend the knees, and take a walk or a step to the top of the mat. Then legs can stay pretty bent when you arrive as you need. And then you'll push into your feet, sweep the arms out and around overhead, and then exhale, hands to your heart. From here on the inhale, we'll take a big step back to the back of the mat with your right foot. So you're coming into your high lunge legs. Your left leg is bent in the front, and your right leg is strong and straight behind you. Taking a moment to adjust the width of your feet. If you feel wobbly, try taking your feet a little bit wider. Once you have your feet feeling steady, then on the inhale, you'll reach both arms up to the sky to come into your high lunge. We'll take the same sequence we took in low lunge, this time with the back knee lifted. However, if at any point you'd prefer, you can always drop that back knee down and return to your low lunge. That's fine. Or we'll try to start together. We'll inhale to reach, and then exhale, turning towards your left, arms opening back out into that T shape. Noticing that the balance is a little trickier if you're started from your high lunge, but that's okay. And then inhaling your way back up to your lunge. Stay here for a breath. Inhaling to reach. Exhaling to turn the chest, open into the twist. Squeezing the shoulder blades together, arms wide. Lots of space across the front of the chest. Then inhaling, returning to your high lunge. Last time. Inhale to reach. Exhale to open, turning towards your left. Option to stay right here, or flip the right palm open. Inhale that right arm overhead. Left hand now finding somewhere to land on your leg. Smooth, steady breath wherever you are. One more full round. If you're in the back bend, take your inhale to come back to that T shape first. And then we'll all meet up in the high lunge on the second inhale, reaching the arms up towards the sky. And then we'll fold the hands together at the chest on the exhale. Lean forward over that left hip so that you can step your right foot to the top of the mat. If you're in your low lunge, you could come through quadruped or just pop right up like you did right there. Great. Okay, once we're here, you can circle the arms out and around. And then exhale your hands to your heart. And we'll take the second side. So we'll take a big step back on the inhale with your left foot this time. Coming into your high lunge legs, this time with the right leg in the front, the left leg strong and straight behind you. Once again, taking a moment to get really settled and grounded in your feet, taking them as wide apart as you need to feel balanced. And then as you feel ready, reaching both arms up to the sky, coming into your full high lunge on the second side. From here, we'll inhale to reach, and then exhale to twist open to the right. So torso facing the right, arms out like a T, holding steady here for a breath. And then inhaling your way back to your high lunge, torso facing forward. Inhale to reach the arms up in your lunge, and then exhale, open again, twisting to the right, squeezing the shoulder blades together so that you can open the chest. Then gently inhale your way back up to your high lunge. Here's our last round. Inhale to reach, exhale to open. You can stay right here, work your wingspan, or flip your left palm up and then reach that arm overhead. Right arm now finding somewhere on your leg to land. Breath staying smooth and steady. One more full round of breath. Really nice, y'all. Good job. Then taking your inhale, come back to your T. And then the next inhale floats us all back up to our high lunge. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Hinge forward over that front leg so you can step your left foot to the top of the mat. Taking a pause right here, maybe allowing the eyes to close or just taking a soft gaze out to a point in front of you. Bringing back into mind that concept of space, spaciousness within the body, spaciousness within the nervous system. Giving ourselves a little extra room to breathe. Allowing the breath to slow down a little bit here. If the eyes are closed, gently blinking them open or just sharpening your gaze. From here, we'll inhale both arms up to the sky. Then we'll turn the palms to face the front of the room. And then exhale to bend the elbows. From here, you can turn the palms towards one another, touch them so you have a little triangle over the top of your head. Your palms are touching and the elbows are a little bit wide. From here, we're going to start to bring the elbows back. So you're almost reaching those arms back towards the wall behind you. Careful as you go to keep the bottom ribs and the belly knitted in. Sometimes what can happen if we're tighter in the shoulders is we get this back bending effect here. But right here, we're not going for a back bend, we're just going for shoulders. So you want to keep the middle strong and the elbows moving back. One more full steady breath here. And gently exhaling the hands to the heart. And then we'll take one last circle, inhaling the arms out and around. Exhaling palms together, and this time keep going. We'll hinge forward at the hips, bringing the hands down towards the mat. You can bend the knees any amount to ensure that you have really good purchase with your hands. So from here, we'll take a step back with one foot and then the other to come back into your downward facing dog. Taking a breath to arrive in your shape here. And then we'll again ripple forward to plank, and this time we'll stay. So please feel free to take the quadruped to half plank option as well. Wherever you are, you'll start on the inhale, and then take your time, full breath, rippling your way forward, either into your full plank or into your half plank, which is your knees down. Either way is okay. Once you're where you want to be, see if you can stay here for 3 full steady breaths. Reaching the crown of the head and the heels away from each other, pulling in through the belly. Really nice, y'all. One more breath. And then if the knees are lifted, release both knees to the mat. Check to see that the hands are just slightly ahead of the shoulders. You may need to adjust them. Then on the inhale, sending the left leg long behind you, connecting through the toes of the left foot to the back of the mat, sealing up that whole left sole of the foot, toes pointing towards the long edge of the mat, rolling the weight towards the right hand, inhaling that left arm up so we're back in our gate pose. This time, option to balance if you like. If you're going for it, shift the weight more towards your right hand so that you can lift that left leg. This first part of the balance, left leg reaching straight out. If you like, maybe you feel very steady here. You could bend your left knee. If that foot comes pretty close towards your tail, you could see, if you like, sweep your hand behind you, connect your hand to your foot. Totally optional. You don't have to do any of this. If you're connected though, use that connection to kick your hand into your foot. So allowing that shoulder to stretch open as you kick. Wherever you are, smooth, steady breath, one more round. Then if you're bound, release back into the free form gate. And then we'll all look down at the floor. Plant the left foot, plant the left hand, and then allow the left knee to find the mat as well. We'll take that second side, inhaling the right leg long behind you, and then allowing the right toes to find the mat, then spinning the right sole of the foot down on the mat. Shift the weight towards your left hand, and then free your right hand up towards the sky. You could always stay right here. If you'd like to try some of the balancing, shift the weight towards the left hand so you can free your right leg. You could stay right here, kicking that right leg back. Or maybe the right knee wants to bend. If that foot is coming close to your tush, maybe that right arm circles around, connects to that foot. Yeah, Phoebe, there you go. Yeah, good. If you're connected, kick that foot into your hand like you're trying to make a circle. Really nice, y'all. Wherever you are, smooth, steady breath. One more round. You guys look really good. Well, and gently, if you can, release your bind if you have it. Come back into your free floating gate. Yeah. Then look down towards the ground. Connect your right foot. Connect your right hand. And connect your right knee. Really great work out there. From here, walking the hands again a little ahead of the shoulders. Gripping the mat with your fingertips. Creating that kickstand with your toes. And then gently in one piece. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, push the knees and the hips all the way back. Come into your downward facing dog. On the inhale, look forward, bend the knees, and take a walk or a step to the top of the mat. Press into the feet, sweep the arms out and overhead, and then exhale, hands to your heart. Really nice. Okay, this is the part of the practice where we're going to use the wall. So, or you can use your door or anything that you can touch. So make your way towards that object. You'll start with your right side, so your right shoulder facing the wall. And you want to be fairly close. Once you are in your position, I'm going to move your camera. You'll start with your right hand slightly in front of you, palm facing away from the wall, back of the hand touching the wall. Then on the inhale, you'll keep that hand connected to the wall. Start to reach it forward and then overhead. There is a little divot here in my wall, so it's a little harder to connect, but for you, stay right on the wall if you can. Once you're overhead, flip the palm to face the wall, so you rotate the shoulder. And then on the exhale, reach that hand behind you, still trying to trace the wall as best you can. It's okay if it comes away a little. And then coming back to your starting point. So we'll take 2 more full circles. So we start with the palm facing away from the wall. Inhale to reach it up. Once you get to that halfway point, so the hand reaching up, flip the palm so that the palm touches the wall. And then on the exhale, complete the circle, reaching behind you. And then coming down. If there's any pain or tingling, move a little farther away from the wall. That will help. Last full time. Inhale to reach up. Flip the palm to face the wall. Exhale to finish the circle, coming all the way around back to your start. Good. From here, you'll take one step to your left away from the wall and then place your right palm on the wall. You can do this with a slight bend in the elbow, or you can have the arm all the way straight. You'll know which feels better for you in a moment. You can always change your mind. From here, you'll start to walk your feet towards your left, like you're spinning in a circle. Your hand stays connected to the wall, but now your torso and legs are moving towards your left. You're feeling a stretch through the shoulder, through the side of the chest. Again, if this feels like too much or there's any tingling, just back down or bend your elbow more. There's no right position. There's only the position that's good for you today. We'll take one more full breath wherever you are. And then moving gently, start to walk feet back towards the center. And then remove that hand from the wall. You can shake it out. And then you'll take a full turn. So you'll turn so that you're now facing the back of the mat. And you'll place your left hand on the wall right next to you. You're going to stay in this position. I'm going to turn around so I can see you. But here is my pretend wall over here. So the left hand is on the wall. From here, you're going to inhale your right arm up. The right arm is going to reach up towards the sky. Shift the weight into your left foot. Inhale to bend your right knee. So you're in this little funny flamingo-y shape here. You could stay right here. Or if there's a little bit more space, you'll turn your right palm to face the wall, just like we did before. Circle that arm back. Maybe catch your foot. Maybe you stay right here, holding onto the wall with your left hand. If you'd like to go further, just as we did in that gate balance, you'll start to kick your foot into your hand, making that circle. Maybe hinging forward over the left hip a little, but really you're thinking chest stays lifted. We're working towards that back bending shape, creating that space. If you feel fairly stable here and you'd like to, you can inhale that left arm up towards the sky so that you're fully balanced. And we'll stay a few more breaths. You can come in and out as you like. Yes, really nice. Need to see if you can really kick that foot even more. Yep. And then gently release on the exhale. Everything comes back to the mat. Shake the arms out, shake the legs out. Really nice work. And then we'll take, you're still facing your wall here. Your wall is still on your left. So we're gonna take that same shoulder mobility with your left hand. So you'll start with the left hand, back of the hand touching the wall, palm facing you. You'll inhale your fingers along the wall. Once you get to the top, turn the palm to face into the wall. Then exhale to complete your circle. Coming on down to your start. If possible, keeping that palm connected to the wall the whole time. We'll take that twice more, starting with the palm facing you. Back of the hand glides along the wall on the inhale. Once you get to the top, turn the palm to face the wall. Use the exhale to sweep through, complete your circle. One last time. Inhale, palm facing you. At the top of the circle, palm flips, faces the wall. Exhale completes that motion. And shake the arm out a little. Take one step to your right. Plant your left hand on the wall. Again, elbow can stay bent or it can straighten out. Keeping that hand where it is, you'll now start to turn your body towards your right. So walking the feet and the shoulders away from your arm. And you go as far as feels comfortable for you and your shoulder. Any tingling is a good sign you need to back off. So re-rotate the chest and bend the elbow more. We'll spend 2 more full breaths here. These are all really nice things to do if you're a computer worker. Taking breaks throughout the day, doing some of these mobility work can really be helpful. Now, as you're ready, gently walk the feet back so that you're stationary again, and then shake that arm down. And then you will all now turn so that you're facing the top of the mat and so that your right side is once again near the wall. You'll plant your right hand on the wall. And then you'll inhale your left arm up, reaching towards the ceiling. Shift the weight into your right foot, bend your left knee. So you're in that flamingo pose again, where you can stay if you like. Or flip that left palm as if you were still at the wall, circling back. Maybe catch hold of your foot. Maybe stay here. Or use that connection. Kick your foot into your hand, create that little circle. Or you with the box on the top. Holding steady here. Maybe you start to hinge forward a little bit at that hip, but really we're working the back bend. The chest stays lifted. Then if you like, right arm can rise up on the inhale, coming into your full shape. This is dancer's pose here. Breathing smooth and steady. Now that's great. Susie, can you kick that foot into your hand a little more? Yes, beautiful. One more breath. And then gently release. All the limbs come back to the earth. Shake the arms out. And then gently make your way back towards your mat. That was really, really nice work, y'all. Planting into the feet, circling the arms out and up. And then exhaling, fold you down, hinging at the hips. Hands come once again onto the mat. Again, creating as much length through the legs as you need to. So that may mean bending the knees so that the tailbone can stick up towards the sky a little bit. Firm purchase with your hands. And then more and more time, stepping back towards your downward facing dog. We have one last little bit of work in plank. Again, your option, you can do it from full plank or from half plank. So either way, we'll come forward. If you're going to half plank, you'll start with your knees down. If you're going to full plank, you'll stay in your down dog. So on the inhale, we'll all come forward together, rolling forward, either into the full plank or into your half plank. Once you're here, option to hold again, or shift your weight a little bit towards your right hand. Come light on your left fingertips. They don't have to leave the earth, just make them nice and light. Then plant your left, shift to the left, come light on the right fingertips. One more time each side. Plant the right, shift that direction, come onto the left fingers. Plant the left, come onto the right fingers. Then plant both, and then allow both knees to find the earth if they're not already there. Kick the toes together and the knees come out wide, and then sink your hips back. Head comes towards the earth, heading into your child's pose. Because we've done so much work on the shoulders, you may find that it's more comfortable to drape the arms alongside the body this way. But either way is okay. You do what feels best to you. We're just allowing the breath to slow down, allowing the mind to slow down. Just drinking in this little bit of rest. One more full breath here. And gently on the inhale, pulling back up to your hands and knees. And then just taking the feet to one side and the hips to the other so you can come to sitting. And you'll take the legs out in front. You can shake them out a little bit. And if you know that seated twisting feels a little bit tighter to you, you can always sit up on a block. I'll demo with that, or a bolster, or a blanket, or whatever you need. But from here, we'll start with both legs long, and then you'll continue to keep the left leg as it is, stretched out long, but you'll bend the right, bringing the foot close to the hip here. If that feels okay, then you'll step the right foot over top of the left thigh. So it's still bent and close to you, but now your legs are crossed. Plant through that right foot. So really making sure that the sole of the right foot is connected to the earth. You can choose to stay with that left leg extended, or if there's a little more space in your left hip, you can bend that left knee, bringing the left foot in close to your body as well. Either way is okay. One is not better than the other. You just decide what's best for you today. Good. Checking to see now that you have both sitting bones firmly on either your surface or the mat. If one or the other is a little bit wonky, shift a little. You may want to come up even higher if that's happening, okay? Once you feel steady here, then we'll inhale both arms up towards the sky. And then you'll start to turn to your right. Your right hand will approach the back of the mat. Your left elbow will now hook itself on that right knee, using that connection to turn your chest. If that feels impossible, you can always use your hand on that knee and turn that way. Or that open arm option is totally fine as well. Whatever works for you is great. Making sure that you have some weight in the right sitting bone. Breathing smooth and steady here. Yeah. And gently on the exhale, starting to unwind, facing forward. Stretch both legs out in front of you. You can shake them out a little bit as we prepare for the other side. This time, the right leg will stay straight in front of you. You will bend the left knee, bringing the left foot towards your body. You could stay here. Sometimes that feels better. Or you'll step the left foot now over top of the right thigh so that you're now crossed in the opposite direction. Again, same invitation. You can keep that right leg long, or if you like, bend the right knee, sweep that right foot in close. Either way, really stamping down through that left foot. So trying to get some really good purchase with the left foot on the earth. Yep, good. And once you find a good spot for yourself here, then inhaling both arms up to the sky. Hi, Cora. And then turning the body towards your left. Left hand finds the back of the mat. Right elbow finds your left knee. Use that connection to turn the chest. You could also keep that arm extended. You could also use your hand and turn that way. That's fine. Any of those options are great. If you find that once you get here, you feel really crunched, like you're really close down, that may mean that the next time you try it, sitting up on something will be helpful, especially if you are shorter torsoed and longer legged. Sometimes it feels like there's just not enough room. So sitting up can really help you here. One more big breath. And gently release your twist on the exhale. Unfold the legs, shake them out in front of you. If you're sitting on something, you can scoot it now out of your way to the side. We're gonna make our way onto our backs now. So you have a couple options. If you'd like to work your core one last time, you can flex the feet and inhale the arms parallel to the earth. Then we'll do similar to what we did with plank, going in the opposite direction. So you'll coil in from your belly and start to sink your way down little bit by little bit. You can also do the same roll with the knees bent. That's a little less stress on the spine. Or if you're ready to just head to the earth, that's fine too. You can just put your forearms down and wriggle your way down. Anyway, it's fine. Once you've arrived, take a big inhale to float both arms overhead, noticing how the shoulders feel, how the rib cage feels. Seeing if you can send the breath out to your sides through your ribs, expanding outward. One more big breath. And then exhale to gently float the arms back down. And then bend one knee at a time and plant your feet. And then we'll start to take some little windshield wipers with the feet. The legs. Knees to the left and knees to the right. It doesn't have to be your biggest movement yet. Just gentle rocks from side to side. Just releasing the lower spine. And then the next time that the knees are moving towards the left, you can allow them to become a little bit heavier, reach all the way to the left. And the arms might want to come into a T or maybe into a cactus. Something that allows the head of the arm bone to reach down towards the earth. If you like, maybe the head wants to look over to the right, but only if that feels okay on your neck. Breathing smooth and steady into the side of the body. And gently inhaling your way back through center, nose and knees face the ceiling. And then on the exhale, knees float over to the right. Maybe head starts to look over to the left. But again, your neck has two sides, so make sure this side is happy with that move. Smooth, sweet breath. And gently inhaling your way back up to center, nose and knees face the ceiling. Then you'll gather both knees in towards your chest. You can choose to hug yourself around the front of the shins. Or if that feels like a lot, you can hook underneath your knees and pull at your hamstrings. Either way, maybe there's a little movement that's calling, maybe rocking from side to side, or maybe some circles or spirals. If you were doing some kind of circle or spiral, just make sure you go both directions at some point. Gently release both feet towards the earth. And then we're heading towards your final rest. So you can choose your leg position. You can stay with the knees bent if you like. Just toe heel the feet wide and allow the knees to tip together so that you're not efforting to hold them. Or you can extend the legs long. If you still have your blanket or a bolster around, you could tuck that underneath your knees. Sometimes that feels nice. And then choosing some position for your arms that's comfortable. They might be on the body, or maybe they're in the T or the cactus still. Any shape that feels pleasing to your shoulders. And allow yourself time to be a little bit picky here. This is the synthesis of the practice. We want to be able to enjoy it. And I'll allow the sound of my voice to fade away for a few moments, and then I'll call you back. If you are very happy and cozy where you are and you'd like to stay, please stay. If you're ready to come back, gently starting at your edges, small movements, fingers and toes, gradually making those movements larger as you're ready, more towards your center. And at some point, you'll end up on one side and pause there for a moment, just allowing all your systems to catch up with you. And then moving gently as you're ready, making your way back to your comfortable seat. Maybe still with the eyes closed or just a soft gaze, but something that allows you to keep the attention internal for just a moment longer. Choosing someplace comfortable for your hands. They can rest in your lap. Maybe they come together at the chest. Maybe one hand on your heart, the other on top, or something else entirely you choose. Taking these last few breaths to connect back into that feeling of spaciousness. Knowing that we can recreate that with pauses during the day. It doesn't always have to be about the physical body. But if we start there, it often allows there to be space in the nervous system, which then allows there to be space to do all the things we want to do and show up the way we want to in the world, especially in these times. I thank you all so much for coming and sharing this evening and your practice with each other and with me. I wish you a lovely weekend. Namaste. All right, y'all.